In response to being harassed, I made an offhanded joke that yes was...
Boy, let me tell you, it is such a small world. Infidel Noodle. I've never made a video about you, but this is so exciting. I'm gonna give you two options, sweetheart. Option one is delete your page right now because you are going to regret what I'm about to do. Option two, you can keep it. It's fine, but I'm about to expose your whole face. You either delete your page and I won't expose your face. Keep it. I'm exposing your face tonight.
Here we have Exhibit A, Yahya al-Fakrani. Yahya thinks that he can intimidate, bully, threaten us, and make ultimatums. Are you so scared of ex-Muslim content? Are you so scared of the things we say that you gotta act like a little coward and threaten to make ultimatums like that? What kind of man are you? I thought you got the truth on your side, boy. I thought you got the haq, the deenul haq. You're scared of little ex-Muslims? You're scared that you gotta threaten and dox people like that? Shame on you, man. Shame on you. What you're doing, you're giving Muslims a bad name because what you're showing is you don't have the haqq on your side. What you have is batil. The reason you have to do these cowardly things, to make ultimatums, to threaten and try to intimidate ex-Muslim women like that, you have nothing of substance, which is why you gotta say shit like this. And
No. You wanna know what else is spicy? Infidel Noodle's face.
So this is something many ex-Muslims go through. They wonder about, telling their parents. Should they tell their parents they came out? Should they break their hearts or whatever? And I know some ex-Muslims that don't. But the thing is, you have to remember that it all depends on your relationship with your parents. And all of us have to realize that we are not the property of our parents. I have kids. If my kids decide to live a life that I'm not, supportive of, that I don't agree with, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not gonna cut them off. I'm not gonna shame them. I'm not gonna bully them. I'm going to be their loving parent. I'm going to be there to support them and help them to come back to what I think is the right way. So let's say they get involved in drugs, hard drugs. I'm going to be there. I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to support you. I don't think you should do this, but I'm not going to kick them off and say, oh, you're not my kid. I never want to see you again. That's just pathetic. If you want your kids to come back to Islam, do you really think this is going to help? No, it's not going to help. It's just pathetic. It's just bullying.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Do you know that the experiences that Muhammad had were so overwhelming that he intended to kill himself? Does this sound like a man that's psychologically okay? In Rahiq al-Mukhtum, the sealed nectar, we read, in the book of dreams, Al-Bukhari recorded that the divine inspiration paused for a while and the Prophet became so sad, as we have heard, that he intended several times to throw himself from the top of high mountains. So apparently he had these experiences and he felt so upset and so overwhelmed by it. He was in the cave, he was being squeezed, he was falling unconscious. When he was having revelations, he would hear ringing in his head, spit would come out of his mouth. He was experiencing things that we describe today as epilepsy. Is it true that God only speaks to epileptics? Is this a man that sounds mentally okay to you, that he was seeing visions and he wanted to kill himself? Is this a man that you should trust as a prophet of God that God spoke to? No, God didn't speak to him. This was all happening inside his brain.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
The hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him, if a man calls his wife to bed and she doesn't come, the angels curse.
I don't usually fuck with you because you're the human version of ketchup pre-cum. You look like a supervillain whose arch nemesis is dominant genes. You are the Comic Sans of people. Is your ass jealous of your mouth for all the shit that just came out of it? Angels will curse you if you don't have sex with me whenever I want. A woman giving consent out of guilt or fear is not the same thing as a woman wanting to have sex with you. That's what you fuckers aren't getting. I don't really want to have sex tonight. But the hadiths, I mean, do you really want to be cursed by the angels? This is why this shit is toxic. It takes women's rights away to their own body and gives those rights to the men. You're not a real man if you're so fucking insecure that you don't want to have a woman with the same rights as you, because she could say no to you, and your fragile little ego can't handle that. So we'll talk about a religion that teaches women that they can't say no or they will be cursed by fucking angels. Cue the Islamophobe comments.